Thank you to the Honourable Member for Salford, for championing the cause of WASPI women who have been utterly failed by successive governments. I won't repeat what others have said, but it's clear that the government should be acting on the Ombudsman report after the maladministration of the DWP. I have spoken to women in my constituency of Mid Dunbartonshire, WASPI Scotland and across the UK. These are women who have historically faced systemic inequalities, lower wages, difficulty accessing the same work opportunities as men. They've disproportionately shouldered caring responsibilities as primary carers for children and later frequently caring for elderly relatives and loved ones with disabilities. Without acknowledgement, they continue to give their unpaid labour, which significantly reduces pressures and costs on our NHS and social care services. I myself am one of these women. After a family illness, my life changed in an instant. I had to stop working and became a carer. I had to be at home. If I wasn't fortunate enough to still have my health and strength to become a counsellor later in life, when my caring responsibilities allowed, and now an MP, I would have been reliant on my state pension and a very small private pension due to circumstances totally out with my control. The reality is that I am far from being alone in finding myself with caring responsibilities or indeed with ill health, and many of my counterparts aren't in my fortunate position. WASPI women, like myself, worked hard, paid into the system and looked forward to their retirement, based on their understanding of the system at the time. At times when others were planning their pensions, they were in low-paid jobs which were flexible enough to allow them to continue with family commitments. When it became clear that corrective action was necessary, the government first exploited the plight of these women for political gain, then, once in power, ignoring the promises they had made to win their seats. Most troubling is the government's continued refusal to access, despite the Ombudsman extraordinary call for parliamentary intervention. Rather than providing decisive leadership and delivering justice, the government has delayed, deflected and evaded accountability. Madam Deputy Speaker, if the government is sincere about fairness, integrity and honouring its commitments to support working people, it must go beyond expressions of sympathy. Concrete steps must be taken to deliver the Ombudsman's recommendation, recognising both the scale of the injustice and the dignity of those involved. These women deserve better. They spent their lives working and contributing to our society, preventing costs for the NHS. We must value their contribution and thank them. Implementing the advice of the Ombudsman is the least the government can do. And for those women who, like me, are fortunate to have a higher income after reaching state pension age, then the HMRC and the tax system will effectively claw back a large proportion of any redress and return it to the Treasury. Thank you.